Sorting things out, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Erio to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Kinshibori Park. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information.
Took you long enough.
What's your question, Sakura?
I'm gonna think.
Well, we got ourselves quite the mess.
I don't think the cops have
The
slept
cops
yet.
have not slept yet.
Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we better start following up on the few leads we got. Guess I better see what Ario's found out. Hey, pretty boy, come on, let's do this.
Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in.
Thanks, floor's yours.
Oh god, okay, here we go.
Okay.
A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. It's us!
It's Shogo.
He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned.
He drowned in the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here.
About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the Seven Mysteries too?
Yeah, the Whispering
Yeah.
Canal.
That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think?
Sharp thinking, Erio. You're starting to get the hang of this. You put two dots together. Good job, I'm proud of you. So, let's assume they're related. What's next?
Excuse me. Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. We haven't met her yet, have we?
No, that's a completely new name.
As for the cause of death, well...
Yes?
The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. That's the foot.
Yeah.
No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop.
That's Sweater Boy.
Yeah, that's the feet guy.
So he killed her before the cops encountered him.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I think Tsutsumi just straight up asked if he killed anybody. And he was like, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Pushed his fingers together.
They just found it.
Yeah.
Hang on. Are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning
That's foot washing.
Foot washing mansion.
Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries.
That is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. I knew because I could tell when he's lying to me, but I still did nothing. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs.
Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Junouchi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. So, hold on.
Yes.
In this timeline, Yoko's not dead. He sent her home.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium of the main building.
Teacher dying at school.
How poetic.
How poetic. Not just any school. Komagata House is one of the 7 mysteries.
Well, that's a little bit... I don't remember which one.
The Fool's Procession was there.
Well, that's Yakko's.
Yeah, I know, but we don't know what kills like this.
Yeah, from like as if falling from a great height.
Yeah.
It didn't. Well, let's finish up with the scene and look and refresh ourselves on the mysteries.
Okay, well, that's what I'm like. So the last couple of questions, like the first curse was death by drowning, and we know that the canal was there.
The park was associated with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next one, foot washing mansion. It's the Fool's Procession, yeah. But I think that's the point. I think we're supposed to say it's the Fool's Procession, and then he's gonna be like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. That there was someone else here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that. Right. It's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries.
There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all pulling the strings. But you got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction.
That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either.
He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated.
Yeah, and so did Michio.
Yeah. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries?
That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that.
Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff.
I'd be more surprised if you did.
Is Shogo's still here? Can we look around before we get started with the questioning? No.
What's that?
What's that? What is that? It's a sticker.
It's a sticker.
Oh my god. It's a fucking goose with an afro? Oh, wait, the bird.
Yep.
Swanelope? Swanelope swoost?
Swanelope swoost.
Oh my god.
She's
majestic.
Majestic. Magnificent.
Wow. Well, I'm glad we found that.
Me too. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night.
But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found.
Yikes, I hadn't thought of that.
But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out.
Oh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime.
Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk.
He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day.
Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers.
Alright, boss. Let's do this.
No problem. Easy peasy.
At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed.
Yeah, that about sums it all up.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Okay, nice. It just gives us a little shorthand.
Yeah. So we don't know where the Whispering Canal is. The Beckoning Light. Haunted Clappers. How do I achieve? Okay, yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. Well, so there's only 3 we haven't encountered.
Yeah. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them?
There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He can do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there.
Alright, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraisi.
Ah, yeah. I heard about that.
He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up.
What was the evidence?
Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide. But
he thought there was more to it.
Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall.
So, there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go.
There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run.
Yeah, truck could no.
The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all.
This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed.
Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard.
Yeah, Michio's been isekai'd. Maybe she's gone to a better world that's
Yeah.
not a horror visual novel.
So we got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth.
That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in?
Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up.
Oh, you're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too.
Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic.
I like how every time he finishes with a little round of chit-chat where he finishes off looking very enthusiastic and ready to go, he resets to his default, attention pose.
Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand.
Not even an address?
Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there.
Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now.
But she could be a key witness. Didn't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today.
Ah, because the teacher that died?
That's right.
Alright, but if it's not something we could do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then.
I got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But...
oh boy, here it comes. But what?
Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There it is. Can't things just be easy for once?
Oh! Oh, I
Damn,
like...
she's a hottie.
Holy
Wow.
shit! Damn! I love that hair! That's so 80s.
That's so 80s.
That is so 80s. Yeah, fuck, she's hot! Mayu's
Yeah.
a beautician and the fiance of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. We gotta save her, she's hot!
I know.
It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? How'd the cop pull that? Because he was giant and buff and looked like Kuwabara.
Yeah. Also, he was a big, soft sweetheart.
Yeah. It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years.
You never know. Things can be different behind closed doors.
I guess
Tatsumi,
so.
how dare you?
But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger.
You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far, we haven't received any word.
Guessing he wasn't at home at work.
About that. Apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago.
You serious? So we have no idea where he lives?
It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit.
Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that?
Well, I have the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place.
Jesus, that's just sloppy.
I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked.
So Nejima got the fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth.
He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explains why he so brazenly made contact.
That asshole, he's mocking us.
Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed.
Hey, can we see his mugshot?
Yeah.
Hey, cop boys. Hey, policemen. Police boys. Can we see his mugshot? Can we see what he looks like?
That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk.
Hey, show me the fucking thing. Speaking of Nejima.
Yeah?
Here's his mugshot, right?
Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible.
Not yet. I can't reach her. My arms, they're too short. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either.
Really, Aunt?
What?
My arms are too short?
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on. Full disclosure, I bought some Pop-Tarts today, and I've muted since you're talking to yourself right now, so I can eat some. They're delicious.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
What flavor are
Time
they?
for a raspberry.
Ooh, those are good.
The frosted raspberry.
I've always
That's my favorite.
I've always been partial to the s'mores and the brown sugar cinnamon ones.
Yeah.
That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? Now I gotta get Pop-Tarts when I go shopping this week. And why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Shut up! I don't have her contact info, alright?
Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh?
Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree.
I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it?
Former, eh? That cuts deep.
Yikes, sorry, it just kind of slipped out.
Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo.
Back on topic already, huh?
He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. May even allow him to act from a distance.
I see.
The one-sided read. What was that story about again?
Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up.
Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the Seven Mysteries.
As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've gotten any updates. And that's about it.
Whoa!
Shall we continue our investigation? Hell yeah.
With this power jazz? Yes.
This power sexy time jazz?
Mm-hmm.
We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. How about we go to where the hot fiance is?
I know, right? I want to learn more about the hot fiance.
Alright, let's move. Oh! Oh!
Ooh! We can move, or we could go to Richter.
Let's do Richter. Life can be tough.
Time for Richter.
I'm a Marlboro man.
Summary of the previous events. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones, while Harue lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Looks like he did his old murders by hand. Hey!
Well, yeah, as opposed to using the curse.
Well, good morning, ma'am. How you feeling?
I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today.
We did kind of just stand on a bridge all night. That's my bad.
And then that art student interrupted us. She was real weird.
How's your curse stone looking?
I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise.
Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then.
That aside, why are you so late morning?
There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers.
You don't have to show yourself out, Sakura. You can stay.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Oh, that's you.
Very well. Let's talk.
By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, you don't say. And what's that?
It's about your lack of hobbies. Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes.
Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible?
So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect.
Well, I am filthy rich. Compensation.
Cash, for instance.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Compensation means money.
Yes.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm an uneducated Japanese housewife in the 1980s.
That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigemas, would it?
Well, you would think so, but considering that my father and my husband failed to pay a ransom when my son was held hostage and he died as a result, it might be more tricky than you think. I mean...
Well, that's awkward. Moving on.
Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it'd get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom.
Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy.
Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind?
Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning?
I don't watch the news. It's depressing. No, I haven't.
Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area.
See, what did I say? Depressing.
They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killers. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets.
Oh my, how lascivious. I mean, only 3.
That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch.
What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection?
There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action.
And then we offer them the deal.
None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended.
Now, that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all?
You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the cursed stone. That don't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well.
So, you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers?
You got a sharp mind, man. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves wouldn't become a target.
So, it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively.
That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves?
You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start?
Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy.
So, how should we do it?
Take a nap. There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind and making contact with the other curse bearers.
How do you suppose we do so?
At this point, all we can do is search. Still more.
Yeah. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there is even a rite of resurrection?
Good question. The rock could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action.
Oh my god, the lips again.
Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, ma'am?
Huh? Never.
Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. Goddamn. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2.
Give us the deets. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire.
I appreciate the flattery.
Jojo pose.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yes.
First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park.
You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire.
Oh, shucks. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent.
Amazing.
I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night.
Uh-oh.
I'm worried she might have run into some trouble.
Didn't you attempt to follow her last night?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me.
Ooh.
I couldn't keep track of her.
And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I take back one of my compliments.
Wow.
Now you only have one.
No! I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her.
Alright.
We may be surrounded by curses and death, but it matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again.
Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kichicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him.
Impressive.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do. He works as the secretary of Hyaku Soaps. Hyaku Soaps chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hyaku Soaps headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct?
How the fuck should I know? I mean, yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. Why do I know this? I don't know.
I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seemed to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down.
Ah, government regulations strike again. Those poor capitalists. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Into the filthy, disgusting, nasty river.
Most companies back there were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment.
Let's not fool ourselves, Richter. Companies right now are also more concerned with turning a profit than protecting the environment.
I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night.
No good, clearly.
On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later.
Let's hope you will. Now, you're in good company here, Sakura. We all want to eat the rich.
Yeah.
Welcome. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare.
Ha! Now that's an interesting thought. Oh my god. Can we just finish a conversation? I have to keep prompting. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night.
Yes. This one seemed to be out collecting soul drags, right?
Indeed. I couldn't get a look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him.
That looks like Junouchi.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
it's an Aishi.
Well, they have kind of similar hair. They both have puffy hair.
Yeah, but I think Junouchi has like bigger sideburns.
I mean, if you can see sideburns or not,
yeah,
I can't tell. It's all just a big old blob of hair to me. Okay. Well, that's a shame.
But I can make an educated guess.
Oh?
You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Route of Resurrection? The one that lives near him? I was right.
Yeah, I guess so. You were right.
His name is Hideki Arashi, and the man I met was very similar in nature. Stature.
Oh, my. Even he is involved? How awfully suspect.
Don't patronize me, ma'am.
Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair?
I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Saved first.
Understandable.
Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him.
You know the thing I can't get over about this man's design is his fucking fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Like, is he a cowboy? Is he a playboy? Is he a motorcyclist? Like, what is going on?
He could be all of those things.
I guess he could be all of those things.
I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hyaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Wadagesu Street. Hey, something different.
Yay.
I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killers. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Junouchi.
Do you think he was a curse bearer?
Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead.
Oh. Just when we were getting somewhere.
It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit.
Please, please. Understood. But...
in addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like this, they're bound to inspire strange rumors.
But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no?
It's true. Both occurred a week before this accursed situation even began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings.
How?
What if there were preliminary steps to awaken the 7 Mysteries curses? Can we really assume that they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these cases. These curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily.
You seem to know a lot about this.
I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too.
I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind.
You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start.
Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself.
In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am.
Yeah, we can look at our surroundings. Look at the mansion. Where should I go to begin my search? Which places have stood out to me most so far?
Alright, I guess it's time to move.
Could we just real quick before we move, looks like B to go back. Just inspect the mansion and see what she has to say about that stuff. This is the old mansion where I was born and raised.
In West Philadelphia?
Damn! There's something more to the right, I think. Surroundings and entrance. No one's in the mansion at the moment. The door has been locked shut. The housekeeper has already left after cleaning and preparing food. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
That's
breakfast.
an efficient housekeeper.
All right. We move. Where are we going?
Where are we going? Well, what are our options? South Warigesui Street.
Midoricho.
And the school? Yeah, and the school. Okay, yeah, the place where the 3 died. Wait, what happened on South Warigesui Street? Oh, that's the soap place.
Yeah.
Nobody died there. That's where Man in Black is.
I mean, until recently, like someone die overnight?
No, there were the 3 deaths overnight were Junouchi, that new woman that we hadn't encountered before.
Oh, okay.
And then who was the third one?
Possibly a student.
Shogo.
I thought it was a student.
Oh. Yeah, he didn't say anything about Shogo.
Yeah.
Richter didn't know about Shogo.
Right.
Interesting.
All right.
Let's do the high school.
Okay.